What's up, Supah Playaz? This is your host Tony G, bringing you another Market Watch. Market Watch has been pushed around because we had 4th of July and C-Rod dropped that super hot fire of the One Piece cardigan that's coming out very soon. So be sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and stay tuned for awesome One Piece and Dragon Ball Super content. And not only that, there's a giveaway in that video, so definitely check out the video that came out a few days ago with C-Rod and Supah, and they're doing a giveaway. So let's get into this awesome Market Watch, and just like always, smash that like button and comment down below if we missed any specific cards. So let's see. So right now I have a few things that I want to get over or just check out, because I just was looking around and I saw some things just skyrocket, and I've never seen them skyrocket in such a while that it was very strange to see that, you know, seeing a buyout on some products that I was like, wow, I haven't seen this in a while. Like, I totally forgot this existed. And so I want to show you guys, if you have some of these, if you're tempted to sell it, I think this is a good time. If you're not tempted to sell it, then I mean, this is what your collection's worth right now. And so we're going to start off with the Magnificent Collection Broly version expansion set. This thing was going for 45 bucks. I think it was even cheaper at one point. It was probably like 30, less than that. Either way, it wasn't that many days ago, but they just got bought out completely. There's only 5 listings, with each probably like having 2 products of each one, or even one of them, and they're going from $75 to $149. I mean, we saw this was sitting at even 45 bucks like a few days ago, and now it's over $100. I mean, I don't know what to say that, but again, I just like to see some things and I just trip out. Like, whenever I see it, it's amazing, like how much it just goes up. And I guess people are really hyped for the Broly. I think because of the movie it might be coming out, I mean, in August, this affects some of these prices of these cards, and so we might see some collector cards coming out just from the movie. So hopefully we do. If Bandai wants to showcase more Gamma and Gohan support, I think they might. So let's go on to the next one. Is Black Smoke Dragon and Internal Evil Universal Onslaught. This card, we were looking at it, it was sitting at $77 not too long ago, and again, it's been bought out. Another secret rare, another product that was sitting at a fairly normal price, and now it's just skyrocketed. I mean, I haven't seen the spice out there yet with the competitive deck with this card and the new promo card, but as of now, I mean, it's $89.99 being the cheapest, and then it just goes to $150 for a lightly played one, and then a near mint $200, $240, $248. It's insane. I mean, again, it wasn't that expensive a few days ago, and now it's just skyrocketed. I mean, I don't know what's affecting this again, but we'll keep watching. We'll keep looking at it. And then the next one is SS3 Scramble Assault of the Saiyans, Raditz, Vegito, and Broly. This card is amazing. I honestly believe that this card was just, like, even now, I think this card is super competitive, even though it is 5 energy. If you play this, you're gonna guarantee a win, especially if you're going in with double strike against an opponent. The only reason I say this is because, like, no one's playing Cold Bloodlust anymore. You don't see Frieza anymore, and so there's not that many cards that could stop this card from coming out. And I think what makes it so great is just the fact that you could just burn 2 damage on your opponent, guaranteed. You choose one card in your life and place it in the drop area, and then you deal 2 to your opponent. And not only that, when your opponent combos with a battle card with an energy cost 2 or less, choose up to one of your those cards and just place it in the drop area. It's a game finisher, and the fact that no one's using it, especially in a meta that's like kind of slow, you'll be surprised how strong this card really is. And again, it's going up in price. It was sitting at $56, and now lightly played is $68, lightly played is $70. I mean, not that many listings either. I think people are starting to realize, like, hey, Cold Bloodlust isn't a thing. There's not a lot of things that stop this card, and it's just really, really strong. Again, it's just maybe the conditions of it being red-green is what makes it difficult to play, but again, very strong card. Let's go on to the next one. Is Majin Buu Kibito Kai Absorb. This card's been seeing a lot of play now, especially with Gamma being blue-green, and people are just using it as an alternative for Hatchiyak, because again, Hatchiyak is a $200 card versus a $90 card, so if you're trying to play competitively and you're trying to be in a budget, I would pick this up. I think I might pick this up because I want to try out that version of it, maybe an Otakon. If you guys are going to go, definitely smash that like button. Comment down below if you guys are going to be there, because I would love to see and play with you guys. So definitely say hi to Super Playaz. Then we go on to the next one. This is the one I want to get is Ultimate Force SSB Vegito. This is probably like the only secret rare I'm missing. And it's kind of a bummer that it's always like so expensive, but it's sitting at $90. It's moderately played though. Bummer. But if you just want to have it, it's $90. I mean, lightly played is looking at 160, near mint 200, 200, 209. And again, another card that I didn't expect to be this low right now, but I see why. It's moderately played, lightly played. And then there's people that are actually nice that put the picture of the card. So I think that's pretty awesome that they did that. This doesn't look bad. I think this guy who put it lightly played and probably used it once. But again, to your discretion, be careful. And then we have SS3 Son Goku Judge Promo. Some of these Judge Promo cards were skyrocketing at one point because we saw collectors jump into the card game and just buy some of them out completely. And we see them at $50. This guy was actually sitting at 100 and something a year ago. Like about a year ago, you could probably see, a year ago it was sitting at $118, and it's literally less than a third of it now. You know, it's sitting at not a third of it, but half of it, more than half. And so we see a big decline, I guess, in terms of judge cards. But again, there's not that many listings. This card was very hard to get to begin with because it's one of the first ones. And again, we have the Determined Super Saiyan Gohan. Oh, where's it at? Determined, put it right here. Determined Super Saiyan Gohan for the same, again, another card that probably was sitting at 135. And now it's sitting at 70, so it's half the price of this card. It just plummeted. So I think if you're trying to get into the judge game and the collecting of it, I think it's a really good time to get them. I think if you're trying to get some cards that you didn't have at one point, it's a really good time to buy. And I think they're not too expensive right now, especially if you have the money to just drop it on these. You know, do it. Again, finances are difficult sometimes, so yeah. And then we go on to the next one, Supreme Kai of Time, a Brainwasher. I might buy this as well. I think some secret rares I want to get due to the fact that they're so cheap. I think this is like from the newest set, Realm of the Gods. I didn't really buy that many Realm of the Gods, and I think I'm missing like one SCR. And I think it's her. I think I'm missing this one. I'll double check, but I definitely want to get her so I could use it in a deck. I think she's very powerful, and if you have 3 or more energy, you play it and you pay 1 energy. If your opponent attacks, they crit alive. Very amazing. Very strong card. Then we go on to the next one. Supreme Kai of Time. The unevil version, of course. Supreme Kai of Time. Space-Time Unraveler is sitting at 243. Again, this card is seeing a lot more competitive play because there's a lot of unison-oriented decks now. And this card is just phenomenal. I think this card just works very well in most decks. And again, if you want to get it, it's 243. And then I want to talk about my Man Pycon. Really, one of the most affordable SCRs. If you don't have this one, I definitely recommend picking it up because I think you guys should get it. Of course, you choose a card from your hand with an energy cost 7 or less. Place it at the bottom of its owner's deck, and then your opponent draws 1 card. And he does some shenanigans. You know, it's not too crazy. It's not an auto once per turn. It's just when he attacks. You know, you pick a card that's 7 or less, and you bottom deck it, but your opponent draws a card. So, I mean, if they had just left it at that, I think this card would have been bananas. But it ain't. I don't know. But it's a good card. I mean, if you're trying to get into the SCR game, get it. It's not too expensive. And we want to talk about products again. Clash of Fates just blew me away recently. I saw it at 100 and maybe 6 months ago. It was only at, oh wow, it's always been at 200. But it's just skyrocketing. It's just tripping me out how expensive it's getting. It did go down, but it just got bought out. Like I'm genuinely surprised. I'm genuinely surprised by that. So it's sitting at 239. If you didn't get this, I mean, if you have a few, keep them sealed, I guess. And then we go on to the next one. Is the Collector's Volume 1. This was actually at $50. I think the last time I talked about this, it wasn't that expensive. Not $50. It was like $79.99. And I think after that video, I think people just bought that out, and now they're at $300 something. So if you didn't get a chance to get your Volume 1 collectors, now you gotta pay $185. And then we go on to the next one is Dragon Ball Collector's Value Box. I don't remember seeing this. I remember going to the store. I never saw these. So if you guys know where you guys got this, definitely let me know, because I never saw this. And apparently it's worth $68. I mean, that's crazy. I don't know how. Let me know how much you guys paid for this if you did get one, because I'm very curious, because I never saw these ever in a store. So they were bought out again. I never saw it again. If you guys saw it somewhere, let me know, because I've always been curious where you were able to get these. But there you guys have it. If there are any other collector's items that you guys want to see or worth mentioning in the next video, definitely let me know in the comment section below. And like always, from your host Tony G, y'all stay super.